I've got these little oak pieces that were too small to do anything with, so I glued them all together to make a pin blank. I'm going to do something a little different though. I don't particularly care for the way oak looks, just with a clear coat on top of it. I don't really like the color, even though I've made things that way before. So I'm going to turn the pin down and then I'm going to try to stain it. I don't know if that's a faux pas in the world of pin turning, but I'm going to try it out and see what it looks like. For the back end of the pin, I just have this solid piece of oak. So whatever, I'm going to try to line the barrel up to where it'll be even on both sides. So I'm going to cut this down and drill the holes and glue the blanks in. Alright, I've got it shaped like I want. Now I'm going to start sanding, starting at 150. I'm going to go all the way up to 600. Alright, I got it to 600 grit. I do have a little chip out on the end here. I'll just try to position the clip of the pin to be right here so it'll cover that spot up. I may ruin the project, but I'm going to stain it a dark brown. I have a gunmetal kit, and I just think that a darker color looks better with those kits. So anyway, and I'm using this stain, but I've got barely any left, but it should be enough for just this little pin. I'll let it sit there for about a minute and then I'll wipe it off. I don't know, I think it looks pretty cool. It brought out these where the pores of the wood are. The black, the brown just kind of soaked in there. I think it looks pretty cool. But what I'm going to do is let this dry a little bit, and I've got some lacquer left over in a spray can. I'll finish it with lacquer, and then we'll see what it looks like. TV?
Yes.
Okay. And I had intended this to be the writing, the front of the pen, but because of that chip out, I'm gonna have to go ahead and swap it out. But I don't know, I thought it might look kind of neat having ingrain on one side and longer on the other. I don't know, just experimenting, I guess. And I'm just gonna thread them through some string like that and spray some lacquer. Ended up doing 5 coats of lacquer, and I've got this gunmetal kit. Alright, I could usually get them to go in with the quick clamp, but that one's not budging, so I'm going to use the drill press. This thing is not going in there. There it goes. Golly, that thing was sticking tight. See if I can get the cap on with the quick clamp. This one's being a little bit more cooperative. That looks good. I think it looks pretty good. Didn't get quite as dark as I wanted it to, but still looks kind of cool with all that the dark in the pores and stuff. I don't know, just an experiment. And just as a way of comparison, I made this one a few days ago with a black titanium kit in, I think, bacote wood or whatever that's called. I don't even know what it's called. And this one is a gunmetal slimline. The kit doesn't cost quite as much, but it still looks relatively close to the black titanium. But anyway, I love the way this pin turned out. So I was hoping to kind of get something closer to this, but I don't know, I'm happy with it. I think it looks pretty cool.